who would like to start us off with the recap?
We're gonna recap with this music?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it started with Breia's throat got slit, and we had to take her to the. We took her to the fucking clergy.
Yeah, because despite the fatal wound, she was still alive.
Our friend died and we had to take her to the hospital.
I thought you were dead. I got better. Anyway, so she gets revived. And I don't know what happened before the end part.
And then the ending happened.
You tried. I appreciate it.
We also got that slave's leg reattached.
To be fair, a lot of what happened after that in the session was just shenanigans.
A whole fucking load of it.
Well, let's see. We had Nani and Mishpa not knowing how showers worked.
Oh yeah,
that was
Nani,
a good hour.
Yeah, Nani is now obsessed with fruit poop, I think.
And bee vomit.
Functionally,
yes,
the only
too.
important actual things that happened is that we took a mission to find this lady's husband, and then we asked some guys about. We had the bats go look for a thing while we went to ask their friends where they went, and then we went to the floods and we went into a trap door and there's a cage.
See, this is why I feel actually really good about taking really detailed notes. There was a private interaction between Nani and Tomas about the Blight shrooms, in which she told him to actually tell somebody about the Blight shrooms after 3 days of not saying anything to anybody.
And yeah, so I wrote a letter to my mom about it.
Mom, help.
Dear Mom, please come get me. I'm scared.
We also did get a nice repair job done to Mishpa's sword. I think that was just for flavor, though.
Yes, I love my sword so much.
Don't make fun of my S's! It's a real speech impediment!
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't resist.
To be fair, if Goomy didn't do it, I would have, and I still would have laughed.
Yeah.
And I do it out of love, mind.
Fair enough, I can accept it from you. Anyways, we went to the Cardinal Arakocra woman named Eleanor, who was concerned because her husband Polo, a short blue jay with a chipped beak, important detail, had not been home for longer than usual. He had gone to the Golden Parrot, a tavern they frequented, with their friends Bordo the Elf, aka Flumpy the Halfling, and Lyra the Tiefling. Upon reaching out to his co-workers while they were fishing, they said that they saw him straying into the flooded district. After investigating it via echolocation bats, we found a trap door that had a not man-made tunnel down into the earth, where the cage match supposedly takes place with Rosemary at the end of the week, and a basilisk started turning Nani to stone before she could execute her master plan.
What was her master plan?
Turn into a giant bird and ride the fuck out of there like a chocobo. I am an act speaking that is legally distinct.
Okay, so. And now Nani is turning to stone.
Yes.
So, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh my god, Nani, you're turning to stone.
I'm getting stoned!
Oh, well, that's not good.
Well, at least I rolled really high on initiative. Maybe that's a good sign.
I don't know if that's good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hooray! It rolled low too. Hooray!
Hooray!
Attack it with your bats. Rescue
I
me.
can't. Not yet. Not for another level.
No!
But
But they're there!
I don't get to do that for another level.
So, Thomas, it is your turn. What do you do?
It would appear so, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What's the plan here, guys? Are we running? Are we saying...
I'm turning to stone.
I could take it.
Fighting! Okay, yes, that'll be lovely. I'm sure of it. So I'm going to... Hold on.
That one got away from me.
Wait, I was like right here, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna...
Oh, real quick, sorry, I just wanted to check. What's this thing's dexterity? Because I did roll the same as it.
8.
Okay, so does that mean I go before it then?
Yes. If your dexterity
If
is
your,
higher.
if your dexterity score is higher, yes, you go first.
My dexterity score is a 15. I'm pretty sure I go before it.
Nah, you go second. All right, moving on.
Fuck!
You're fine.
So I'm going to go behind this pillar,
Mm-hmm.
and it is time to shoot the thing.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we got a long rest last session,
Yes, because tavern shenanigans.
Yep.
Okay. Then I should have both my favorite foes. Okay.
Yes, the flapjacks have refreshed me.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm going to plant my bow into the ground, hold it in place with my foot because it does not stick very well into rock, and I'm going to fire a shot at this motherfucker.
You know, the only thing here.
Well, the only enemy here, yes.
Fair enough.
That we know of.
Hey.
Don't tempt her. So that's an 18 to hit for 7 damage.
Yeah, little do you
Let's see.
know. Yeah, little do you know.
I swear to God, do not.
Oh shit,
Oh goodness, the
mycosis.
Ichor Wolves again.
Oh god! It's not a basilisk at all! It's a mitochondria!
God alive.
But yes, that does hit. You hit it square in the shoulder as it gives a pained screech.
You hit it square in the nucleus and it splits like an atom.
Shut up.
If I split it like an atom, then we're all dead. So, I am going to mark it as a favored foe,
Mm-hmm.
just to be safe. And I believe that is all I have right now.
Okie dokie.
Hold on. First time you finish.
Does the favored foe function only work for the ranger who uses it?
Yes,
I'm reading it.
I believe only it specifically applies to the ranger. There's another ability that comes into play later, I believe.
Noted. I just looked down and realized that Aria hasn't changed their icon yet. So it's just the
Oh yeah,
scream.
it's just the scream.
The screaming.
I mean, accurate to the circumstances.
Just D&D party and then just like a doodle of a bird going "Ah!"
Okay, so including when
I
I met.
sincerely can't see it, so I never know if I haven't or not until you
I
mention
know.
it.
So
The
I
Angie-
also get to increase the damage this turn by 1d4. So that is an extra 3 damage. So
The
it's a total of
Angie.
10 damage.
The Angie bird.
Angie Burb.
Yep.
See, so
Quick,
I've hit the
throw it
stat
at the basilisk like a bomb.
Okay. Will that be all?
Yep.
Okay. Nani!
I've been speaking.
Hooray! It's my turn. Okay. I'm in a bit of a bind here, so Mr. Burns, I'm going to need your help, please, sweetie. She opens her lamp and summon Wildfire Spirit.
Whoosh!
Whoosh! And upon summoning him, let's see. The basilisk needs to succeed on a dexterity saving throw
Okay.
of 14.
He rolled a 17.
Okay. That means
Well, shit.
It doesn't say if it takes half damage or not, so I think that means that it doesn't take damage.
What was the spell?
It's Summon Wildfire Spirit. The spirit appears in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. Each creature within 10 feet of the spirit, other than you, when it appears, must succeed on a dexterity saving throw against your spell save DC or take 2d6 fire damage.
Okay, and if it succeeds, then it takes no damage then.
Right. And quick, spit fire at it until I get out of here. All right. And can I make another con save?
Yep. Make your con save.
This one's important.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
You are able to resist the petrification, and you are immune to the petrifying gaze for 24 hours.
Okay, cool. Do I still have my movement, or did I have to make that after the movement phase?
That was the end of your turn.
Fair. That means it's Mr. Burns' turn. Mr. Burns, attack!
Hey!
21. He spits a fireball like. It's like Pokemon. It's like Pokemon Stadium's Ember attack. Like just a little ball of fire, like boom.
Sploosh.
Sploosh.
Okay, so the little ember of fire slams into its side, and it does singe its scales a little bit, but you can see that it is still very much healthy.
It's like that fucking moment from Tenchi in Tokyo when they attack the giant robot and it looks at where they attacked it and just starts scratching it like it's an itch.
Okay. Lafayette.
Alright. To begin with, I'm going to shift over here, ready my bow, and I'm going to use my bonus action to hide behind this to see if I avoid its gaze.
Okay.
Or its ability to notice me.
Yep, go ahead and roll me stealth.
You're gonna hide behind the cage with open bars?
It's distracted with a bunch of other people is my assumption.
And it also rolled a 4 on perception, so...
Fair.
So yeah, you are able to hide. Which means
I'm sorry that I have... I'm sorry I have stubby legs, okay?
Which means you do have advantage on your attack.
Okay. I'm going to take aim for a second, analyze the targets. I'm going to go for a shot towards the eye.
Okay.
Or just in that general vicinity, if I can nail it.
Okie dokie.
23 to hit for 5 piercing, 4 sneak.
Wahoo! So you are able to pierce one of its gem-like eyes. It is still able to do its petrifying gaze with the other eye, but you have successfully blinded that one eye.
Then I'm going to remain hunkered down behind the cage and let everybody else deal with this. That will be my turn.
Okay. Breia.
Hooray. Well, the safe thing to do seems to be to back up a little.
I mean, it'll get to me before it gets to you.
Yeah, but like,
Why
my
risk it?
chances of making that con save are really low. I know it can happen. We have evidence that it can happen, but it's really low.
Yeah, go behind the pillar with your boyfriend.
How dare you? I would never. How? Don't even imply. All right. How far can I get?
Cunning action dash.
Okay.
Yep, that's my boy.
I would like to actually have an action left, so I'm gonna just keep within a normal, not behind a pillar. And when all else fails, unknown spell. None of you know what it is. Shut up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't know what it is.
Why would you?
Why would we? That's right.
Unfortunately, that misses, and you hit the curtain right behind it as it tears open, revealing more of the pathway hidden behind it.
Oh shit!
Well, at least we know that there's at least we can get some sense of a direction. I'm helping.
I thought it was over by the throne. Oh well.
Nope, it's behind here.
Very convenient, but I think we'd like to take care of the threat in front of us first.
Well, shut up, Tom.
You literally could have said anything. I died today.
I was frozen today.
Jesus Christ.
Shut up, Meg.
Frozen in the cold embrace of death.
Do you know the day I've had? Never mind.
A bat bit my nose.
And that was only the third worst thing.
And it was your bat.
So really, this is your fault.
This is all your fault.
Will
You
that
and your
be-
bats.
Will that be all, Breia?
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Mishpa, take us away.
Gladly.
Worst day of her life.
All right, first things first, bonus action rage. She pulls out her sword, holds it tightly in both hands. She's going to slither.
He's gonna give him a slither.
She's going to slither 30 feet in front, glance behind her at Nani. Stay behind me. And she is going to reach back, pull out a javelin, and I would like to throw it at this thing, and I would like to make this a reckless attack.
Okie dokie.
Reckless yeet.
That is a 23 for 7 damage total.
Okay. You are able to pierce it right in its cheek as blood spurts out from it, and it just kind of gnaws at the wood, breaking it. But you have done some damage to it.
You've also gotten within range while looking at it, so doesn't that mean they have to make a con save?
On the basilisk's turn.
And it starts right now.
Yep, that's gonna be my turn.
Yep. So, con save, please.
14.
That saves.
Whew, okay.
But, its turn. 5, 10, 15. And it is going to try to bite you. And it'll have advantage.
And it does get Yeah, it does get advantage.
Yep, that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take
Yikes.
11 piercing damage and 7 poison damage, which you
Immune?
don't take because you are immune.
Yep, immune to poison.
So you only
Oh,
take the
hell yeah.
11. You only take the 11 piercing.
Have down to 5.
6.
5.
6. Sorry.
It's rounded down.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if it was rounded down or not.
Okay.
16 damage down to 5. That's not bad.
Barbarians.
I would know.
And
I also would know.
that's literally all it can do. So, Thomas.
Oh fuck, it's my turn again. Oh god, too many people are in the way. This is why you always hunt alone. This is... You're gonna have to move out. 10...
You just hear Crystal from inside your cloak. Get out the fucking way, Breia, you little bitch!
I did it out of spite!
As if the
Okay,
spell was still applied.
Only Thomas can hear that.
I can hear
Yeah.
squeaking though, right?
Yeah, you can hear.
Quiet.
You can hear Angie squeaking.
That's enough for context.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Bitch.
Okay, so I can't move to the other side of the pillar, so this is where I'll be shooting from. Just gotta make sure I don't hit Mishpa.
Yep.
So,
Don't
Yep.
fuck it up.
once again,
Don't fuck it up.
I will try. So I'm going to, again, plant my bow in the ground, and I am aiming around the shoulder neck area.
Mhm.
I know it doesn't really have a neck here in this art, but that's what I'm aiming for.
Yep.
Show
one of
is
my
so hench, she's like
Never.
Crash Bandicoot.
The head.
Okay. Yep. You do hit in its neck. You don't hit anything vital, unfortunately, but you have done a good amount of damage to it.
To say, this definitely does beat shooting at hogs.
And it is bloodied.
And I don't really have any bonus actions I can use, so yeah, that'll be my turn.
Nani!
Nani?
It's weak. Shillelagh.
Oh god.
There we go.
Aria!
Yes?
I just imagine her running towards her staff over her head.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Damn!
You were destined to fail.
Nani hits it with a loud boing.
No, hold
Just
on.
approaching it with
No.
all the confidence in the world.
No, hold on. You see that the basilisk is weakened. You see that it is staggering, and that it probably won't take another round of hits, round or two. And so, with a swelling confidence, you feel like, since you saved against its petrifying gaze, you can do anything. You can help your friends defeat this monster. So you run up to it, your quarterstaff in hand, the skull swings down, and it just whiffs against its spines, and instead you hit Mishpa.
Hey now, the 11 is what counted, isn't it?
I'm not saying she takes damage.
Ow. Bitch.
Did I get it?
Got something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I'm not the only incompetent person around here.
Watch as I compare myself to the weird little gremlin to make myself look better, like any noble would.
No one ever said you were useless.
Just shut up. Let me have this.
Will that be all, Nani?
Well, the shillelagh was my bonus action, so I can't command Mr. Burns to do anything, and the attack was my action, and the inspiration was my other action. So...
Lafayette, it's your turn.
Guys, I think I'm gonna earn that inspiration reward at the end of the session.
I believe in you. I believe so hard.
I got no words. Genuinely. I have no words. Because I can't speak!
Because it was funny.
Painful. And funny, yes. How high is this cage?
It is 15 feet high.
I'm going to climb up that to get a better angle.
Okie dokie.
And carefully balance myself here. Take a moment to focus, and I'm going to take a shot since people are nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still focused on like the people in front of it?
Yes.
I would like to try to bonus action hide again up here while it's distracted.
Mm-hmm. And actually, let me check a little ruling. I just want to make sure of something.
Okay.
Because if this is... If it is what I remember... Okay, so, you don't need to because your allies are within 5 feet of it.
Okay, bye.
Damn, alright. See ya.
Who left? Oh, Amara.
It was Amara. They were so shocked by the information you shared with them that they just fucking died.
It's Amara's turn to start cutting out.
Oh no.
Everyone has their time.
Fish. Okay, so repeat that before Discord decided to have a stroke.
I was saying you don't have to hide because you have allies within 5 feet of the enemy.
Does that grant me advantage to my roll?
Yes.
Oh, well, shit. Okay, never mind then. I will not bonus action hide.
Friggin' rogue flanking.
Yes, hello, I'm a residential killer. Deal with it. That's pretty bad, actually. 13 to hit.
Does not hit. Unfortunately, you just whiff the torch out.
Darkness is our friend.
But my stealth just got so much easier.
Well, with that, let's see, it's 15 feet to climb up and then one movement there. I'm going to move back down here and just kind of hunker down up here. As I reload another notch my arrow.
Yep. Breia.
Yeah, well now I have to get on the other side of it because you're all in the way. I contemplate getting back directly in Thomas's way.
I swear to God.
It would be a pretty funny bit.
Just double middle fingers to Crystal.
It's 30 feet away from me.
Fingers
One of the
forward,
places
turning
I
around
can
and
think of
flashing.
that's 30 feet away is this.
Oh my God.
Perfect.
You literally could not be any more in the way.
Just
know.
presses up against the pillar like they're posing for a Vogue magazine.
Shit.
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, what?
Arcane
No, shut up.
blast.
Shut up! What do you know?
It was actually called Arcane Burst, which apparently is a homebrew spell, but like whatever.
Hey, and it's a homebrew spell means that it's completely fine. Shut up.
Eldritch Burst! Shit!
What? I expect to get another, like, 12?
No. You better that.
That hits. You hit it right in the nose, and it just kind of staggers and shakes its head a bit from the mere force of the magic. Before snorting, and Mishpa, you kind of get covered in a little bit of boogies.
Ugh. Oh well, it's better than ash, I suppose.
Looks like we're gonna need another hot shower.
Damn it.
Adventurers really should be taking showers every day, so the fact that they only take one every, like, month or so really is bad.
Okay, Breia, will that be all?
Well, given the number of things I can presently do, I think so.
Okay, Mishpa, you are covered in basilisk boogers.
Ugh. Right. Okay, I think I see an opening. Nani, you stay here and distract it. Do that staring thing that you're always doing. And I'm going to slither up behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be here or the top one to get flanking?
Right here.
Okay. Yep, then I will slither up one more. Still raging. I am going to use my greatsword on it.
Woohoo!
That's a 15.
That just hits.
Okay, so that is 13 reduced by half.
Mm-hmm. So that is 6. You slash into its thigh, and a red, blood pours out of the wound and sinks into
blood.
the cobblestone.
And blood.
I thought it would have been green like in Turok.
Well, Turok was censored, so red blood it is.
And that, yep, that's going to be my turn.
We're not wussies. Anyway,
Blood!
now it's the basilisk's turn, and
Blood.
well, it's gonna focus on what's right in front of it. Nom.
Keep staring at it, Nani. You can intimidate it.
Does a 19 hit, Nani?
19?
Yes.
Let me check.
Does a 19
19
hit the
doesn't-
druid?
If 19 does not hit, then Jesus.
Oh no, that 22 is my hit points. 13? Yeah, 19 hits.
Okay, you take 11 piercing damage and 9 poison damage.
Oh!
Uh-oh. You're not staring hard enough.
It's gonna take me with it!
What's your HP?
22, so...
Okay. That's not good.
Mr. Burns! Time for a tactical retreat!
Thomas, it's your turn.
Take the shot.
Well, first I'm going to go to the other side of the toilet. And for a third time, let's stick our bow in the ground, rack it back, and is its mouth like hanging open, or is it
Yeah, its
just
mouth
like
is
trying
hanging
to like
open.
dash? Okay, so I'm going to try to launch an arrow straight through the roof of its mouth.
Okay. And you also just hear Christo, "Brain stuffed in your fat ass in our faces!"
Okay, so that's a 17 to hit for 9 damage.
Nobody
That
except
hits.
everybody wants to see that fat ass.
Okay, you stick it right into the roof of its mouth. Again, you don't hit anything vital, and it just gnashes at the arrow inside of its mouth as it screams in pain, using a high-pitched trill. But it does not look like it can take much more.
My ears.
Was that too loud?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay. Oh, he just shouted,
No.
"Bullseye!"
Oh.
Oh. I didn't hear that. I was just making a comment on the fucking high shrieked trill thing from the basilisk.
Alright, Nani.
The fuck?
Nani, feeling like shit, is gonna panic and use Cure Wounds on herself while saying, "Mr. Benz, teleport me to safety." I heal 10 HP. That helps a little bit.
Yay!
That's good. That's half your health back.
And then... Five, 10, 15. Mr. Burns teleports me 15 feet.
Yay!
And in the wake of that teleportation, let's see. The basilisk has to make a dexterity saving throw of
Okay.
14.
He rolled a 9.
Sweet! That means he takes 6 fire damage. Boosh!
Okay. So, a burst of fire erupts from the area where you teleport from, and he rears back onto his middle and hind legs, scratching at his face from the fire as his blood starts to ignite. He looks like he cannot take another hit. Will that be all?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it technically just took Mr. Burns' turn, so...
Okay. Lafayette.
Shifting over. Taking aim. The pupil begins to dilate as she begins to focus her shot, trying to get a really good one. And I still have advantage on this since Mishpa is so close, correct?
Yep.
Slow inhale, slow exhale, and release.
How do you want to do this?
In the moment of the fire fading from Nani's teleport, her pupil is dilated as she focuses on one spot in particular, and it's exactly where that first arrow was. She releases the arrow, flies through the air, and makes contact with the other arrow, hitting the eye again, but also pushing that arrow further into its skull. Hits potentially a brain, and basically sever the neural system inside of its skull.
She just Robin Hooded that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As your arrows drive deeper into its skull, hitting its neural system, you see the basilisk still on its middle and hind legs freeze up and just give a pained as all of its functions cease, and it flops down, collapsing onto the stone with a tremendous thud, limp and dead.
That she will lower her bow.
Oh. Well, that was kind of hot. Ow.
Well, need to hear that.
Mishpa is, once she confirms that it is in fact dead, she's going to slither around, tear her javelin out of it, and also see if she can remove any of the arrows that were fired into it as well.
I believe I took, what was it? 4 shots? I think it was 3 shots. I can't remember.
3.
Yeah, but you missed one of them, so I think only 2 are inside this thing.
Well, one's directly deep inside of its fucking brain, so I don't know
I
if
mean,
we're gonna be able to get that one out.
I hit it 3 times, so there's at least 3 arrows in there.
Oh, right, yeah. I have to keep track of my ammo, so.
Are you able to pull out any arrows?
Give me 1 second, tonsils. I'm working on it.
It never gets old.
Thomas. Thomas, it's a very common name when you shorten it down. It's Thomas.
I've never heard of it before.
I hope I don't get an infection.
Lafayette will grip the side of the cage and then hang over the edge and then drop down onto the ground beneath. Before looking over at Nani for a second, kind of checking her.
Lafayette with jacket here.
She just shrugs and kind of points up on the cage.
It's very clever. I probably couldn't have done that myself.
She shakes her head and walks towards Mishpa. Nope.
How many arrows am I able to pull out of this thing?
Let's see. 1. I'd say 2 or 3.
She'll pull out 3 of them. She'll offer 2 of them to Lafayette, and then slither over and offer the remaining one to Thomas.
Thank you.
She'll look at the arrows right quick. Is there a difference between like the arrows that we use?
I mean, you use like what, a short bow?
I use a short bow. I assume you use longbow.
Yeah.
So I assume like
So-
the arrows would be longer, maybe.
Yeah, the longbow arrows would probably be longer.
Okay. Lafayette will approach and hold out one of the longer arrows towards you, since this is not one of hers.
Thank you.
And she will hop over good old Mishpa's slithering tail and go hunt for the one that kind of went whoosh over here.
Yep, you're able to get it.
Okay.
Damn, you really took care of that in exactly enough time for me to not need another turn.
Yeah, everything's
Perfect.
fine. While everybody begins to interact, I'm actually going to move over to the basilisk, and I'm going to DM you something I'm going to do on the side with it.
Okie dokie.
Is everyone else all right? Are you all unharmed?
This
I got
time, yes.
I got bit. My healing spell didn't entirely fix it.
Yes, I
Like-
believe it's only been Mishpa and Nani that were hurt.
I mean, it closed the wounds and all, but it still got some scrapes. And maybe some poison.
Mishpa kind of flexes her arm, and you see a bit of dribble of blood come down her forearm as she looks at where she was bitten. It didn't manage to get very deep into me.
Well, me neither, but that's because I don't have anything very deep for it to get into.
See, this is why you need to eat. You need to put some meat on those bones.
What? I've got some meat inside of me. It's just horse meat. It's really stringy and tight.
Mm-hmm.
This is
You know, if you ate a little bit more, you might have been able to swing that thing a little bit harder, too.
What is that supposed to mean? I heard that thing. With fire.
That was Mr. Burns.
And I'm very proud of him. Hello there, Mr. Burns. Thank you for rescuing me. You're so wonderful. Yes, we're going to give you a whole tart.
Bite.
Betrayal!
Okay, so while he's dangling off of my hand here, are we going to check out that tunnel? We still got the husband to find.
I suppose we should do that, shouldn't we?
I mean, we've already killed the thing that was guarding it. Seems foolish to turn back now.
Unless there is a second thing.
I am going to peek behind the curtain. God, your typing's loud.
Yep. Don't worry about me. That's fine.
God,
yeah, I
they're
forgot
so
if you're
aggressive.
Anyway, you peek behind the curtain and you see another pathway. This one, not as well lit by torches. It seems pretty dark down there. And you also hear the rushing of water.
Sounds like there's some water down this way.
All right. I got
Maybe
this.
if we're lucky, it's clean.
Thomas, are you going to be leading us?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Okay. She casts light on his bow.
Can you not see in the dark?
I mean, I have dark vision, but, like, that kind of makes everything black and white. It's too dark down
Very
there. Not everybody here can see in the dark. And I've got Mr. Burns here at the back with me, so, you know, give you some light.
Very well.
Fair enough.
Okay. You go
This
into
shouldn't
the
take too long.
You go into the pathway, and after some time of going through, the rushing of water begins to get louder until you come to a point in the tunnel where you see something that actually looks a lot more constructed. You see an underground waterway.
Does the water it's carrying look clean?
Yes, it looks like the water that is used for wells and the fountains and such.
This is like directly under all the murky water that's trapped up above. That's not good. Imagine if all that. Imagine if all that murky water just kind of like broke through a hole down into here, then the water supply would be contaminated for the entire town.
Yes, but that does beg the question of what the source of this water is.
Yes, that is something I'm wondering too. And if it does even lead back to the water sources of the rest of the town, this could just be its own thing.
Do I see like where it's like coming? Like there's, like, do I know which direction the stream is coming from? And do I see like a potential like source of it? Do like I see like a hole it's coming out of, or?
You do see that it seems to be coming from the northwest, flowing east.
So Lafayette will kind of put one finger into the water just to kind of feel that out, and then look towards where it's coming from and then where it's going.
From your finger in the water and feeling it, you can actually feel that it is being filtered from the ocean.
Tilts her head at that. She'll kind of
This
stand
area
up.
in general. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Does it look recently constructed, or does it look like it's a remaining piece of like city infrastructure that just got like cut off from everything else when the flood happened?
This definitely does not look recent. It actually looks like no one has been down here for quite some time with how the water seems clean enough, aside from, it being salt water that's being filtered to be drinkable. But the rest of the waterways look very much abandoned. The walls are coated with algae and fungus. Nothing down here looks maintained. It doesn't smell per se, but it does reek a little bit of mold and mildew.
Typical cave smell.
Yeah.
Well, however long it's been like this, which must have been a while, it's not being taken care of, so I wonder if anyone ever actually uses this for anything.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know. It really is happening to them now. It will happen to you too.
Every week it's
day shall come one day.
every week it's someone different.
I'd like. I keep forgetting.
You'd like fish?
I'd like to just sort of make a cursory scan of the. Shut up. I would like to make a cursory scan of the ground around us to see if there are any like fresh tracks or any signs that anyone has been through here recently. Like not necessarily for maintenance or anything, but just like general travel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was going to do before I decided to got fished. So.
Okay, so roll me survival. Ooh.
Nat 20, baby.
There you go.
I wasn't expecting you to succeed on that. Okay, so I'm gonna roll with this. You do see fresh tracks, and actually, you see multiple pairs of tracks. Someone is still using the waterways.
Noting this, she kind of glances down and then glances up at Lafayette and gently taps her shoulder before signing to her. It seems that someone's been very active down here, and she will point out the track trails.
Her gaze will fixate on them for a second. Is it heading towards the east, down the river?
Yes.
How far does it seem?
You can assume based on this being the waterways that supplies the town with fresh water, this could span the entire town. Without a map or general direction of where to go, you could possibly be lost in here for hours.
She'll kind of stand up after looking at the tracks and then looking down the tunnel and then looking up towards the source of where it's coming from. That's an out of character thing. I'm trying to think here. Lafayette will begin to kind of sign out. If this waterway connects to the entire town, these tunnels could be genuinely endless. As she signs out and kind of looks over, but then looks back up to the source. First initial thoughts was to tamper with the filter up there. Just judging by the way the water felt, it's being filtered by something. The ocean, I assume, in some fashion. But don't inherently know if it's just who we are looking for, or if it's just workers that have kind of created a clever way to filter water. I don't know.
Well, only one way to find out, yes?
Lafayette will nod and then points upwards, then signs out. Go for the filter first and take a look there.
Right.
I don't like this. This might be why that silent chick was overconfident about her control on this city. Perhaps her goons use these passages.
I mean, it would make sense. If they pass under the entire city, then they'd be a very easy way to transport things unseen.
Well, if we run into any of them, we'll just kill them.
I have a
Good way
question.
to transport things, make more of those slaves.
How far into the town did I get when I was following that previous group before they suddenly seemed to have disappeared?
You were able to follow them pretty far into the town, but go ahead and roll me an intelligence check to recall. With advantage because it was so recent.
It's base 18. 18.
Okay. You remember there being well, there's no other way to say this, a sewer grate when you lost them.
Was it out of the way, away from like the public eye?
Yes.
This would be the sewer system then. So, after thinking for a moment, Lafayette ponders, tilting her head back and forth for a moment before her eyes shoot open in realization, and then looks down towards the pathway. And she signs out, "They're here, I'm sure of it. I remember them taking a sewer grate, I think, to get down here, actually, now that I think about it. If this spans across the entire town," and she points down the path, "that must lead down to the sewers."
Then I suppose that's where we go as well.
Well, she turns towards the others and signs out, "Option 1, look at the filter, see who's there. Option 2, investigate the sewers and see what we can find."
We should probably do the one that's here first. The filter's visible from where we are, right?
Yes, you can see a large machine near the dead end where you guys are, where the water is flowing in.
Is there anyone moving around up there?
Nope.
Yes, I think we should check out the filter first.
So be it.
Okay. We'll go up and check out the filter machine.
Okay, you go to the dead end and you see that it is a regular filter machine. It is taking the ocean water from above and filtering it into the waterways to be used for drinkable water, as well as the fountains.
Well, that's that solved.
Well, look at that. The floor here is made of floor. Anyway,
There is one
It's
thing
worth
I'm going to look.
checking.
I am going to look at that one thing, though.
Hmm.
I'm going to pace around the room since no one seems to have been here. But has there been any signs of tampering that seems off?
Roll me an investigation check.
Nope.
Not that you can see.
I'd like to taste the water.
Okay. You taste it and... Well, you've tasted pure, clean water before when you were on the airship.
Mm-hmm.
This tastes more stagnant and actually very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not even stagnant, just putrid.
She kind of
water supply.
She kind of makes a face for a moment. Ugh. If this is supposed to filter it and make it drinkable, it's doing a terrible job. This tastes like shit water.
What's going on? Let me see. Oh, God. Yes.
Interesting.
That's... Wow. Would I be able to see what's wrong with the filter?
Hold on, let me give it a try.
Let me drink the shit water.
Yes, thank you. The third opinion would really be helpful for us, I think.
Oh.
So you take a
Yep,
full
look
gulp
at
of it,
No, she takes a sip.
but enough to swallow.
I drank as much as everybody else.
So did everyone swallow the water, or did you guys just take a little, like, finger taste?
Little finger taste.
Sloshed it around in my mouth.
Did you swallow, though?
No.
Okay.
Probably coughed it up. If it was that putrid.
Okay, so none of you actually swallowed the water.
No.
Guys, one of us has got to drink
We
the
all
water.
spit.
Clearly, that's the solution to the puzzle.
Nani volunteers.
For my friends!
No, I'm not saying you have to, but did you?
Aw.
No.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm going to step out of the room for a moment, or just like out of the area. Hit you with something right quick.
Okay.
Just insert Sir Palo coming in like, oh, let me give it the taste. Oh, taste, please.
Daddy, I don't like it, Daddy.
I'm... Can
Hmm.
I check the filter itself to see if there's anything wrong with it?
Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Right. Consider this puzzle not
Can I
solved.
help this
I'd
poor
eject you.
man? Or you know what? Actually, no. Breia wouldn't help. Breia would push him out of the way and do it herself.
Go ahead and roll me investigation.
This is why I got a 6.
Better.
I'm calling a cannon. I got a 6 because Breia pushed me out of the way.
No. You literally said, and I see nothing. Or something like that. You said you saw jack shit out loud, right?
That's what you said. You heard the man. He said that.
Okay, yeah.
I have you on camera. I heard you.
You're on candid camera.
Caught on. Your words have been caught in 4K somehow.
CCTV.
One sec.
Uh-oh, she has to get something.
One assumes that she's typing a response to Amara and not actually having to.
Well, you don't know. And I don't know.
Clickety clackety. I'm getting my answers. Right now.
Amara in the middle of their standard role of being the smartest bean.
God damn it, why are they always so good at this game?
Anyway. So, Breia. You don't know exactly what's going on, but there seems to be an unfamiliar extra attachment to this filter. Because normally filters are supposed to take things out of water to make it drinkable. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So why does this one have an attachment to put something in?
Well, and is that part removable?
You did not roll high enough to see.
I see.
Do you inform us about the thing that is in the filter that is injecting the water with stuff?
I'm about to start talking, alright? Jeez.
Okay, go ahead.
Wow. No, I am not going to. No. Wait. Hold on. What's this, though?
Is that not supposed to be there?
Not typically. Typically, something meant to filter things out doesn't have something injecting something in.
What is it injecting the water with?
I mean, since I'm at least, aware that there's something there, what type of check is it to figure out? If not the composition of the part, what exactly it's putting into the water?
I'd say that could be a separate investigation roll.
Alright.
Could I assist since I have proficiency with a poisoner's kit?
Sure, yes.
Okay.
Fabulous.
There we go.
1 sec.
Steal my thunder, I see.
Okay, you are able to figure out how to remove the part safely.
Cool. And I'm assuming there's a separate check I need to make to actually do so.
No. If you know how to do it, then you can do it.
Fabulous. Okay, well then I would do so.
Okay. So you remove the extraneous part to the filter.
What's in it?
You look inside?
Yes.
Okie dokie. You see a weird black sludge.
Does this sludge look familiar at all? Like, for example, say a child vomiting it up in our second session.
Perhaps.
I used detect magic on it.
Okay. You detect necromancy.
Just as I suspected. Necromancy. This is essence of Blight shroom.
Ah.
God.
And that's and I'm holding the container that has that in it right now?
Yes, you are.
And you all almost drank the water.
Almost.
Yes.
but didn't.
Almost. And these...
It was a
this
learning
water leads to the
experience.
well.
Oh. Well, Mr. Burns, I sure hope you like the taste of water. He's not laughing. I don't think that he's amused.
What are you about to do to Mr. Burns?
Well, for starters, why don't we just take that little vial and stick it inside his mouth?
Well, as much as, dangerous as it is to have around, it might be a good thing to have around to explain to the... Who runs this place exactly? I know the prince, has a place here, but,
The mayor, Maryflower, who lives in the manor house that you guys were staying in. And,
Great, that's what I thought.
As you guys are discussing, you hear...
Ah! Yes, what the fuck was that?
An alarm?
What have we done?
I think
Are we gonna
This
get
wee
arrested
stuff, you're
again?
what's this wee stuff? You're the one who took it off the machine.
Attention!
Well,
attention!
it was the right
please,
thing to do, I think.
attention! Please go inside your homes. Please, go inside your homes. Attention! We are under quarantine.
Oh shit!
Yeah, maybe
not
we can
again.
just let Mr. Burns burn this stuff up then.
Oh,
Yes,
it
I
looks
think
like
the
they
last
figured
thing
it
we'd
out.
want is to get caught with the stuff that is actively poisoning people.
Yeah, well, for a moment there it seemed reasonable to keep, but yeah, now we should probably be rid of it.
We can keep the device that is adding it, use it as evidence, but I don't think we should have the sample at least.
Down the hatch. But man, this quarantine is going to ruin poor Rosemary's debut at the Hexagon cage match.
There's not going to be a cage match, Nani.
Hooray! Slavery loses.
I'm going to glance around. Is Lafayette still here?
She's still out of view currently.
But this is, troubling. I still have not mastered the art of lesser restoration. I cannot aid in curing an entire city of infected. If that has occurred.
And the important things we still don't know are how long this has been down here, or how many people have consumed the water already.
We can find that out by finding whoever put it there and making sure they don't get an opportunity to replace it.
I don't understand. I understand that the coastal specters are like a gang. They're like, oh, look at us. We're tough. We run this town. But why are they trying to turn the entire city into fungal zombies?
Bad people typically take jobs from other bad people if they think it'll make them enough money.
Oh, so you're suggesting that the cult of specters themselves are just a pawn on a giant chessboard, and we have yet to figure out who the king is, but the queen is potentially the silent bitch.
I mean, that was really allegorical, but yes, that is what I'm implying.
Well, we take down the pawns, and we'll find out who the rook is next.
I
And
don't
the
know what
allegory is
chess
being stretched
is.
too far.
I don't even
Let's
know what
just
you're talking
leave.
about.
Let's just get out of here. The faster we get out of here, the faster we can help everyone else.
Fine, what if I use Super Mario chess? Okay, so this piece is Yoshi.
Oh my god. What the fuck is a Mario?
How much of our culture did you absorb on that flight?
Well, you see, there was this monolith.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
Christ.
Jesus Christ. We called it the GameCube, I think we called it.
Truly the monolith of all time.
No matter how many times I dropped it off a 2-story building, it wouldn't break.
Okay, well that is quite impressive.
I'm just
need
gonna
to go.
slither
Shit.
around the. I'm just gonna start slithering around the corner and see which direction we should go next.
1 sec.
So, should we go back the way that we came?
At this point, it might be faster to just use the sewers.
And if we use the sewers, it gives us a better chance of actually running into someone who might be able to enlighten us on this whole operation. And give me someone to hurt.
All right, we can't be thinking in those terms, but, yes.
Why not?
Well, the goal isn't to hurt people, usually. Usually,
Breia.
mind you, some people deserve it.
Exactly. And would you say that someone who was willing to turn an entire city into fungal zombies would be deserving of being hurt?
Well, yes.
Yes, I'm just saying it shouldn't be our principal goal. Hurting them is secondary to finding out what's going on.
I protect people and I hurt people. Those are my two biggest priorities right now.
We'll work on it. Let's get moving.
Very well then. Lafayette, are you still there?
You see that Lafayette's holding something up to her head, but she does look towards and nods before she pockets it back into her bag.
Oh shit!
Is
guys,
there a
We shouldn't interrupt her.
is there a chance I can see what she was holding?
Perception check, please.
Okay. Where is that? That's not my best, Chief. Yeah, that's
Still
about what I
won't be.
figured.
You have no idea what she was holding. Lafayette will pocket whatever she was holding and then sign towards the group. Prince has been informed that's what that siren was. The city is now in quarantine. As such, the best course of action now is to leave the sewers post haste. What was it? Dark Keepers?
Dark Seekers.
The Dark Seekers will be coming down here momentarily. We do not want to be here when they arrive.
Yes, let's get moving.
Still, I don't like the idea of just leaving the situation like this, but if you feel it is best.
Option.
What was that?
We don't have an option. She signs out.
Fine. I guess we're heading back the way that we came.
We're gonna actually go down the sewer path and see if we can't find a sewer grate to climb out of.
Yep. It's pretty easy enough to find a sewer grate. You actually find a ladder leading up to a sewer grate, and can someone roll me a d6 just to see where you end up?
I got it.
4.
Fucking, you were on the ball with that one. What the fuck?
This is my moment.
You don't have shit.
Okay.
What's funny is I was in a completely different tab when I did that.
I have where you will show up, so I'll move you over to what you see.
She did it. She made a map. She did it.
You made it. Look.
Oh.
Wow.
She caved.
Oh,
She
so
caved.
pretty.
Beautiful.
There's so
That's
many
all I ever wanted.
places
Now, where the fuck did we
Yeah.
emerge out of?
and so many
Mm.
bridges.
Here.
Ah.
Let's see how big. Let's see how big.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow, Mr.
Da,
Burns
da,
took
da,
up
da.
an entire city square.
Dun, 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 dun.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it.
And the
Quick,
city
someone
gate
start
is
up Night on Bald Mountain.
and the city gate is right here.
Bottom right. Got it.
And the inn is right here.
Nice.
Oh, and this is the church.
And this is the steeple.
And this is Graves.
Yep.
For all the dead people.
Yeah!
God
And about to be probably really bad.
Damn, that place is about to be packed.
Oh, yeah.
Overflowing even.
So what do we
Alright.
see when we get out?
You see absolutely empty streets. It is near silent, aside from the alarm that is blaring, telling people to get inside and stay inside.
Say, aside from the fact that everybody cleared up really fucking fast, a thought just came to my mind. We only met one little boy with that sickness. I don't know how nobody in the rest of the town had heard about the sickness yet, but it clearly wasn't a contained situation. Like, aside from the fact that a lot of people probably drank the well water, there was also the mushroom bread, and well, they probably got that ick stuff from somebody who had been coughing it up and spreading the infection. So, you think that there might be some zombies in the streets?
Most definitely.
Well, let's hope we don't run into one right away.
Okay, then we have a small problem. She taps on her head with her staff and says, I'm tapped out on magic.
Ooh. Ah. Yes.
You had to say something, didn't you, Nani?
Why
You
did I do?
had to. Look what you did.
What did I do? I can't see it. I just hear somebody go, mm.
That could be anybody.
It's very creepy, though.
As you say this, I'm
I
gonna
don't
show
like
you.
this music.
I'm gonna show you what you see in the server, and you see a small crowd of these. One sec.
Show me. Show me.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, fun.
Ow.
Not Mushroom Slender Man.
Are we on?
Nani, Nani grabs Mr. Burns like the kitten gun and holds him up like, all right, everybody stay back.
So, we're not fighting them, right?
It would probably be a bad idea.
Wouldn't it just?
Lafayette whistles and points towards the tavern for the moment.
Hey, Tomas, can these things fucking run?
Slow moving, so I suggest we run.
Right.
If y'all haven't... Yeah, Lafayette's already gone. She's heading straight for the tavern. She's gone.
Yeah, for sure. Immediately.
Running. Skip to my room, my darling. Wait a minute. Breia can't run very fast. Breia! Right.
Breia's taken off her shoes and is running without them.
As you are running to the tavern, because I assume you have all your equipment on you, yes?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
One would hope.
You actually are heralded by what looks to be an elf. Quick, inside, now!
Lafayette ain't gonna reject.
I mean, we don't really have time to think about it, do we?
And yeah, Breia will go in too.
Mishpa's going to make sure that everyone is inside, and she is actually going to use her body as a brace against the door once everyone is inside.
As you all are huddled inside, you actually see... I don't have a thing for him, but I do have a description. Standing about 5'3", with honey-colored skin and wavy turquoise hair that reaches down their back, and a mole on their right cheek, is a half-elf man. And behind him is a small red kobold with a short, stubby snout and short red horns that curve downward from her head, and a pair of head fins that are kind of curled downward as she looks absolutely terrified.
If you could tell us, when exactly did things get this bad?
I don't know. Just, it seemed almost out of nowhere.
You're telling me we were looking for a missing husband in the sewers, and then all of a sudden we hear the alarm.
I mean, there had been rumors about these sort of things being spotted through town, but not this many congregating in one place.
There'd been rumors about these things in town and nobody was paying any heed?
To be fair, we hadn't really talked to anyone, and
I
people
told-
don't put much stock in rumors.
The only one, to be fair, the only person who even knew about these things before it was the priest, and we had to tell them, like, yesterday.
Well, I hope they're still alive because they got a lot of lesser restoration to cast.
Well,
Assuming there are
She-
people who are only sick.
well, she tried to warn us, but a lot of people were dismissing her end times shenanigans as hogwash.
She's the fucking town healer!
It
Look,
wouldn't
she has
be the
made-
first time an important
has-
rumor hasn't spread far enough.
She has made up stories like this before in order to extort people for their money. It's something that she's done. She's very the world is ending kind of person.
Oy vey, of course that would
We
be the
should
one
have-
person we told.
We should have thought about that before, yes. The first time we met her, she was kind of extorting a child who had no money to cure them of that exact sickness.
I mean, I thought that we also told the town guard about this.
More
Didn't we?
importantly,
No, we
More
only told them about the
importantly-
drugs.
to the point, what do we do now?
I've been contacted by the prince, and, well, we were said to give you something. We were going to wait until your welcoming party to do so, but it's imperative that you leave the city and find out what's going on. And to do that, you're going to need this.
Is it
And
a flamethrower?
he
It would be
leads
really
you
helpful.
outside to a back area, and you see a fully furbished cart wagon covered with crates and barrels of supplies that should last you quite a long time, being heralded by a large horse with a golden coat and an ivory white mane.
Oh.
But what about the people of North Hollow?
Well, there's not much we can really do for them now. It's gotten too far. The most we can do right now is warn other people and try to figure out what the source of this is.
But the slaves, Eleanor and her husband, Rosemary. It doesn't feel right.
Sometimes we have to make decisions that aren't necessarily right, but keep us alive so that we can make things better later. Like, yes, we can't help Rosemary right now, but if we stay here any longer, we'll probably end up as more of those zombies.
Yes, and if this
that
news
wouldn't help
isn't
anyone.
spread to other places quickly enough, then more places will end up like this too.
But why does the prince trust us to handle this?
I guess it's because I imagine it's because we've already been entrusted with something else. I suppose this kind of matches the MO of his little program, doesn't it?
I suppose so, but I don't think that he intended it to be in this grand of a scale.
Most people don't before these things start.
Alright, we don't have time to talk about this. We need to get on there before the choir gets any closer. Listen to them out there.
I like to imagine that we're in like somewhere that's almost completely fenced in, and then there are zombies like all around, but none of them are coming through the door because they're too dumb to figure out the door.
You do hear the doors start to creak.
All right, cool. Well, thank you for this. She like scratches. She like gives Jenny scratch to the horse.
Are you sure you don't want to come with us? This doesn't seem like the safest place.
Mishpa is going to pick up Nani by the back of her shirt and just toss her into the back of the wagon.
Wait, we can save more people!
You want to figure out what's causing this and stop it, yes?
Yes?
Then we go now.
Fuck.
The longer we're here, the higher the chances that we just die and never figure this out.
Lafayette will sign out. Prevent the fire before it spreads more than it already has, so to speak.
Okay, fine. But I'm going to try to meditate. That means that I'm going to be very quiet and not paying attention.
I'm sorry. That is a beautiful BRB message just to have on hand. I was about to like throw out the finally.
I mean, I was expecting it.
I bit my tongue so hard just not to say it. It's like no.
Anyway,
I need to
back to what I was about to say. Oh God, finally!
Thank you, Breia.
I need to get my magic back.
I know why.
So, you start to race away on the cart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Yep.
who's controlling the horse?
Who is the most confident of the bunch to control a horse here?
I mean,
Thomas isn't here, but he would make the most sense in terms of class and everything.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
His animal.
Congratulations, Thomas. You've been elected.
Congrats! You've been elected by committee. You have no choice.
You have been voluntold.
I'm back. What happened?
Congratulations. How's your animal handling?
Perfect. You got the job.
Well, yeah, of course my animal handling would be good. I'm a
Better than
ranger.
any of ours.
What is your animal handling?
5.
Okay,
Start driving, bitch.
Yeah, get going.
Okay.
We are leaving.
It's not like I haven't ridden a horse before. Anyway. There.
Well, start doing it now, big boy.
And off it goes.
All right.
As you race through the streets trying to get to the city gates, which the guards only open for you to start passing through, you see that many Dark Seekers are now in the town fighting off this horde of zombies. Many of them slashing and piercing their tough skin. Black ichor is spilling into the streets, as well as the guards' blood. It is pure pandemonium out here as the spread is trying to be contained and people are sheltering for their lives. And you thankfully are able to just make it out of the city before the gates slam behind you and North Hollow is left to its own devices.
I was
That'll
not
be
expecting
fine.
this campaign to be a fucking
Zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse, let's go!
Yeah, we really went from like traditional D&D campaign to The Last of Us real quick.
Yeah. I'm kind of into it, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's a nice little change.
No, I'm down.
A new adventure.
We never finished the old one.
No.
A new venture, la la.
La 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 la.
Moving right along.
Jesus.
Now, I know you two had your private little conversation earlier, but there were more of those mushrooms outside Hapo, were there not?
Yes, I saw some when I went out hunting just before my mom told me about this whole thing. I didn't have time to tell her about it then, but I wrote her a letter last night. I'm just hoping that it hasn't spread too far.
Have you gotten a response?
Not yet.
Well, she's gonna have to figure out who.
Actually, how did you send that letter?
I said
It
it
was-
through the
It was
pet
Parcel Pet, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It's so
Parcel
quick. How it's like real life emails, including the cute little animal gif. I said it that way for you, buddy.
Thank you, babe.
It'll never happen again.
And with that, we will take a 5-minute
I'm just
break.
glad to hear it once.
And we are back. So, you're now starting your journey proper.
On the road again.
Your first time on the road all together this time. Leaving behind North Hollow, hoping that everything will be all right now that the city has been quarantined. With the mission to, 1, spread awareness about the Blight rot that is now infecting the mainland, and 2, find out whoever is behind such a gruesome bioterrorist attack.
You'll have to see it.
What an odd thing to say in this circumstance.
I mean like the adventure, not the, multiple people dying.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. I'm sure it's fine. I know what you meant. Probably. I think Breia needs to be put down. Something's wrong with her. Just rapidly escalate it.
But we already
We can
tried
try.
to kill
She'll
her.
just get back up.
Ah, shit. You're right.
Just to warn you, it looks like Middy's having a bit of Discord trouble.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Discord, I'm disconnected.
How does this keep happening?
Oh yeah, there she goes.
It happened to me earlier, so I guess it was someone else's time.
Behold my curse!
Take it back. Make it just you again.
Have you?
Oh no, we lost another one.
Chicken.
Have you actually dropped this entire time? Now I think about it.
No, I haven't dropped all night.
Well, no,
Oh,
I
well,
dropped
he-
once. I dropped once.
Yeah, you did earlier. That's right. I do remember the funny thing.
Was it before it started happening to everyone else, though?
It was before it happened to everyone else. So yeah, it's been spreading. Much like
There's
this
that.
virus, it's been spreading.
It's virus.
yeah.
So, back on the road.
The road again.
I
Yep.
think, after a minute or two of the cart barreling down the road, when we're a good distance away from North Hollow, and the adrenaline has sort of started to subside, Mishpa slowly starts to shed her equipment, just letting sort of her sword and her pack fall to the side in the cart. and sort of just slithers around for a moment to make herself comfortable. And I think, like, out of sort of like a bit of instinct, she curls herself around anyone who is close to her. So depending on how close together you guys are sitting, like, you would probably at least have like the end of her tail sort of curl around the edge of like your leg or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she sort of slumps down for a moment before looking at all of you. I'm sorry that this has happened. I don't think I should have come here.
Which part of this are you sorry about it exactly?
Yeah, Lafayette's kind of looking over at you.
Yes, which part of this is your fault?
On a cosmic scale, I think my presence might have caused this. We Naga do not have family names. We are given titles, epithets. Up till now, I don't think I've really shared mine with any of you. My full title is Mishpa the Luckless, because from the moment that I have been born, misfortune has always followed me everywhere that I have gone.
Mishpa.
So
Nani.
you think you've cursed us?
Mishpa.
Nani.
I said it second. I said it a second time because somebody interrupted me.
As long as you think that you are bringing nothing but misfortune to yourself and those around you, you will look at every little bad thing that happens as some sort of cosmic thing that is happening to you because the gods or something hate you. It becomes so much worse because of your perspective. These machinations of the siren and her coastal specters were long in place before we ever arrived on the mainland. This did not get set in motion because we arrived. It was in motion before we got here. It was just timing. Do not look at it as something that happened simply because you exist. Otherwise, you will not be able to look at your victories proudly.
On the day that I was born, my grandfather up and died, Nani. And a runt like me has been one of the only Naga to ever have been born on the island, and I have grown up to be relatively decently healthy and strong, and I have had to watch far stronger, smarter, wiser Naga than myself wither away and die due to the island's influence and corruption. And yet somehow, I am always the one who survives, and no one else around me ever does. My mother and father attempted to birth 15 other children before me. Of those 15, 10 never hatched, and 5 didn't even make it to the end of their first month, and yet the smallest and weakest among them somehow survived.
Well, that doesn't sound like you were that fucking weak, if you ask me. If you survived, maybe everything that you needed to survive was just compressed in that little package.
At the expense of everyone else around me.
They
Things
didn't die.
happened unrelated to you.
They didn't die because you exist, Mishpa.
That is just fate.
The
A poetic
island.
fate, some would say, but it's just... well, I shouldn't say fate. It's a game of chance.
The island is not choosy about who it takes from us. I have watched several hundred people that I care about, that I have gotten to know, pass away. But you know what I do when people that I love and care about die? I remember them. That is the greatest honor that you can give those who passed. Remember them and help others remember them. Would you like to tell us about your grandfather? Have you heard any stories about him?
I do wish that I had gotten to know him, but to hear my father talk about him, he was a very wise and capable ruler. Very smart as well. In fact, at the end of the Naga War, he was the one who managed to negotiate for the continued survival of what was left of us. It was his silver tongue that managed to get them to agree to, instead of slaughtering those that were left, sending us to the Isles.
He sounds like an honorable man to strive to be like.
I'm sure he was. But it's an achievement I will never reach, so I don't think it's worth talking about.
Feel a very light punch on your tail.
You don't
Can
have
never
any proof
is
of that
very
yet.
different. Can never is very rarely true. It's very rarely a true statement. Is can never, should never, or will never. The latter two are much more likely. Should never, no. He sounds like he was a brilliant man. I mean, honestly, I have nothing against the Nagas. And so, hearing that, I'm sure there was something inside him that you can glean from him. At the very least, you could try. Don't believe that it's completely unattainable. Something that my mother always said. If you believe that something cannot happen, then it will not happen. But if you believe that it's possible, then there's still a chance.
Even human babies have to crawl before they learn how to walk.
Your mother sounds much nicer than mine does. She kind of takes a moment to look around at all four of you around the cart for a moment. And you can tell by the expression on her face that none of this occurred to her before. She had always just taken it as a given that she was small and weak, and that pretty much everything bad that happened around her was somehow caused by her presence. And it kind of looks like you've sort of opened up a new perspective in her way of thinking. And you see her relax, and her coils grow heavier as she truly just lets all the stress wash out of her. Thank you, all of you, for that. Nani, Breia, Lafayette, Tom Bombadil.
Tom. Just say Tom.
By the way,
Are you letting that happen now?
By the way, we kind of talked over you, Breia. Were you going to say anything, add anything to that?
I had a point to make, but I at a certain point I was just like, it's gonna be easier to let everyone else talk.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's fine.
So, where do we go from now? From here?
Well, our first stop is Zelta, since that's the only city that would be on this path so far. We need to
And
warn
how
as
long-
many people as we can of the dangers coming from North Hollow, and if possible, we should go to both Floresta and Veka, or at least send people down there to warn more people. Gather some troops, possibly, if we can.
And how long will it take us to reach there?
What was it? Like
Possibly-
3 days? 4?
Probably 3 to 5 days, depending on if we encounter anyone.
Lafayette will clap and then sign out. Best make yourself comfortable. It's going to be a long trip.
It's a good thing I have this delicious hardtack.
If you insist. And she is going to slither around and fully curl her body around Lafayette and settle in and relax.
You know, under other circumstances, that would look very threatening.
Explain to me how exactly you're coiled up around her.
She just slithers around you and sort of coils around. It's like just like a regular snake pile of. I don't know how to describe it.
Like a cinnamon bun.
Pretty
I can
much,
kind of
yeah.
see that, yeah. Just
Yeah.
imagine, like, fucking... Just, like, getting fully coiled around by this fucking substantially large creature, and all you just see is just Lafayette's head just poking out, like, help!
Yeah. She does not she's not squeezing you or anything, but she is wrapped tightly enough around you to where you could not easily escape if you wanted to.
This was my question. To be clear, a large snake has wrapped around a small rodent.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to escape from this one. But I will give you a playful punch out of respect, as it is your tradition to do so through the coil. As hard as I can in this situation.
She flexes her coils a little bit in gratitude and then just completely relaxes around you, looking far more comfortable now that her body is curled around something.
Anyway, apologies. What were you going to say, Breia?
Well, alright. I guess Lafayette's stuck there for a while.
What time of day is it right now?
It is currently early evening.
Gotcha.
Well, I suppose all of us are going to need to sleep and such, including Tom up there, so we should probably work out who's going to take next.
Lafayette's going to try to, like, wiggle her hands through the coils and try to sign out something in a shaky manner.
She will part her coils enough so that you can push your hands through.
Thumbs up.
I am
You
resting.
Do any of us have good experience with camping, perchance?
I've lived in
camped
a
few
tent my
times.
entire life.
I often sleep in a cave.
Points to Breia.
No.
Nods, that tracks, and then points to Tom and snaps to get his attention to make sure he is. Because I know he's still driving.
I've camped out a few times. I know how to build a fire and such. And if we need food, I would consider myself a skilled hunter at least.
Lafayette will
Track
sign
down some
out.
rabbits and such.
She'll nod, and Lafayette will sign out. Good. We'll be able to camp around just fine. I'm usually pretty vigilant at night, so I could probably take like first watch, or should we feel extra cautious about the surroundings around.
Looking around the cart, what sort of amenities were prepared in it?
You see crates of various dried meats, hardtack. The barrels are full of clean water, and yes, actually clean water. But yeah, it's basic. It's basic survival gear.
Any tents or bedrolls or anything like that?
Yes, there are 5 bedrolls and 2 tents.
Okay.
How
And the
big
tents-
are the bedrolls?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mishpa would be able to fit in them.
The
I
bedrolls
mean-
are big enough to fit large size creatures.
Okay.
Slumber party! Everybody bundle up in one.
And
We're gonna make a bedroll tent.
the tents are big enough to fit 3 people.
When you say 3 people,
2 if you include Mishpa.
Yes.
okay.
Or 1, rather, I guess.
Well, somebody's
two.
gonna be on watch duty.
Well, 2 if you include Mishpa, 3 normal people.
Okay.
Okay.
Thus, we travel,
Yes.
as I am now a chinchilla cinnamon roll.
Nani is still sitting cross-legged, hands up, eyes closed, just trying to channel and restore her magic.
You mo goi goi vai di sao, you
You
mo
know,
goi
quack,
goi
quack,
vai
quack,
di
di
sao.
sao.
Oh, she talks through that too. Cool.
So,
Alternatively, Hex Phoenix.
the first day goes by without incident. And soon enough, night falls.
We should probably think about stopping and setting up camp soon.
Just say when. I don't really need to sleep, so I'm good to drive until any one of you needs to sleep.
She'll sign out to Mishpa to translate, at least until the horses get tired, anyway.
Right, yes. Yes.
Any point where there's some flat, even ground and enough of a clearing for us to pitch the tent would probably be a good time.
Soon enough, you are able to find something like that when you come to a more open part of the grasslands.
Okay. Once we reach a opening, I would like to attempt to wriggle free from the coiled grasp.
Oh, Mishpa
Make
does
strength check right now.
uncoil herself. The first thing that she does is she goes to grab one of the tents and moves to go out and start setting it up.
I would have been fine doing an acrobatics check just for the hell of it, just to see. But, yeah. Lafayette will grab some of the food. Probably light amounts because she isn't really that strong. But she does, like, very carefully come back and forth, grabbing some food to prepare. And grabs the water out of the cart as well, just to kind of set up some... essentially getting ready to set up dinner for everybody. And whoever wants to cook.
I imagine Breia would take to cooking just to actually feel like she's helping.
Absolutely. Never a bad thing.
Of the things that are happening here, it's the only thing she's good at.
As Lafayette sets down the last bit of water for the time being. She's going to look over to Thomas and sign out. Do you want to see if you can't catch a little extra to preserve the food that we have?
I can certainly try, yes. Luckily, my bats make it easy for me.
Do you need assistance?
Well, if you'd like, I can certainly take you under my wing, as it were. It's a joke, because the bats.
Slow thumbs up, like, yeah, that was really funny.
Comedic genius as always, Tom.
Yes.
DM.
And Thomas is going to open up his...
Yes.
Just want to check. Am I able to get, during the travel through way of my attempt at meditation, am I able to get the equivalent of a long rest, or does it only count as a short rest?
I'd say it does count as a long rest because you have been traveling pretty much almost the full day.
I mean, plus, also, you're gonna end up sleeping it off here soon anyway, so...
Yeah.
Well, I asked for the sake of, like, being able to take first watch.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
If I'm back up to snuff, I can keep an eye on things.
Fair enough. Lafayette will go with Thomas right quick. Those two are going to go do a little bit of hunting, with Thomas being the eye and seeing how he performs with a bow, and basically being a backup executioner whenever the first shot doesn't kill.
Mishpa will spend her time pitching the 2 tents and setting out the cots for the night. Though while Breia is cooking, she does slither over after she's finished setting them up. I'm curious, have you known Thomas long?
In passing, more like we've run into each other a number of times. We've met at multiple events and fancy parties, that kind of nonsense.
So more of an acquaintance then.
Yes, though Tom has a certain vibe that makes him notable.
She kind of tilts her head in a questioning way.
I don't know how to explain it exactly. I mean, you've noticed the way that he, speaks and kind of... Well, he wasn't always that talkative. He was more of a... He hung out in the corner a lot and, spoke to his bats.
I see. Someone who
You can never
preferred
tell
to
him
keep to
that
themselves.
Yes, you can never tell him that I appreciate the progress he's made.
I won't tell if you don't tell him that I used his actual name when he's not here.
Fair enough.
Motherfucker!
Fair enough. It is simply delightful to look at his face every time you do it.
What's that? What was that? It's simply delightful to look at his face. Right.
God damn it! Damn, you are writing. You're truly just sitting there writing fan fiction, and then every time you get halfway through writing one, somebody says something else, and you start a new ship with a new fan fiction.
We're only on session 4 of the actual campaign, but she's written 16 chapters already.
I'm like
By
Zoe.
the end of this is the longest piece of written literature.
I'm like Zoe from Monster Prom. I've already got 5 different AUs.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. She's writing... Oh god, what's that fucking, self-insert Harry Potter fic?
Oh god!
No,
my immortal.
Oh no, it's
no,
it's a Subway Salisbury.
no,
He's writing my immortal.
No, it's I'm talking AU's like fucking pirate versions of us, not fucking Harry Potter bullshit. No.
A test of your reflexes.
Bitch, you got me like
Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Cheese.
Okay, that's enough.
As I was saying. I mean, he's such a dweeb.
Wow.
Dweeb. I've never heard that before.
It's a very low-level mocking term that means that he is not cool.
Oh, why did that make me laugh so hard? Oh, that hurt.
Full blast.
Dweeb. Oh no.
I like the way that word sounds. I have to remember that one. Thank you.
It is a good one, isn't it?
Amara can't decide if they want to laugh or cry anymore.
I can't decide whether you should live or die.
Gotta
I need an aspirin. I'll be right back.
Can I be excused?
Running away?
Oh my god, what have we done? What have we done?
I'm slowly corrupting Mishpa to be more mean.
I mean,
Even if unknowingly.
she was already pretty abrasive.
Yeah, but now I'm giving you the vocabulary.
I'm enhancing your experience to be a bitch.
And as she mulls over the new words she's been taught,
Dweeb.
she sort of, for the rest of the time, she just kind of slithers behind Breia and is constantly just looking over her shoulder, watching her cook, because her tribe generally does not really do much in terms of cooking. So seeing this is new and fascinating to her, and so she gets she observes from an uncomfortably close distance.
I mean, okay, this is pretty rudimentary stuff, honestly. We don't have half the seasonings I would like to have on hand.
I like the sound that it makes, the sizzle.
I mean, most people do. I don't
boy.
know if they, I don't know if they go around doing that about it.
Are you going to put in some butter next?
Is there butter? Or is it just a regular neutral oil because we're losers?
I would say you have some lard.
The closest thing I have, yes. I don't think your face is supposed to get that close to the pot.
Oh, but it looks so good.
Mishpa, you get splashed by a bit of the oil.
And that's why.
Betrayed by my own food.
Well, let's hope it betrays you a bit less when you eat it. Now, if you could back away to about, at least, 1 foot back, at least one.
Fine. And she kind of slithers backwards a little bit, eyeing it cautiously, but still interested.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
How's you guys thing going, huh?
You know, we'll be back eventually.
And I would say this is a very populated grassland, so you come back with a couple pheasants.
I'd say that was quite successful.
Oh, my goodness.
How much did we catch?
Let me roll. You caught 2 pheasants, 3 rabbits, and a hog.
Okay, who's carrying the hog?
I feel like I'd have to.
Yeah, you would.
Or actually, who? What's your strength?
There's no fucking shot I'm stronger than you. What's your score?
Just tell me your strength. Tell me
What is
your
your score? Mine is 9.
You first. 12.
Yeah, you're stronger. You're carrying it.
Damn it.
How much is Thomas struggling?
Profusely.
Breia is like the smile on her face is so serene.
I think
what a little shit.
Brings her so much peace to see you suffer.
I think Mishpa, glancing over, smiles a bit and slithers over and first picks up the hog and puts it over one shoulder, and then picks up Thomas and puts him over the other shoulder, and slithers back. So, which one are we cooking tonight?
The hog!
I mean, I don't know. I could probably make something interesting out of you.
Right.
I'm holding chickens. As I just happily, just silently waddle towards the pot.
Just imagining that, just like fucking happy smile-faced eyes on Lafayette, and they just penguin waddle over to the pot, like,
Oh, like upside down you eyes, like.
I like chickens.
I like chickens, Eddie. Another pheasants, but fuck you, the chickens.
Oh, goodness. So, you have some nice pork for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I will say with your experience in cooking, it does come out very well seasoned and perfectly cooked.
Ew.
Fabulous. Nice. Thank you.
Thankfully, I was not cooked.
Yet.
Oh, there's still time. There's still time.
I would be the least tasty one here. I've barely got
Nani
any
is
fat on my
literally
back.
skin and bones.
Yeah, you would be a bit stringy, wouldn't you?
Is that because of the bow? Is that
Yes,
the bow
it was
pun?
yes, it was. Thank you.
So, if there's no more conversation to be had, who is taking first watch?
I'll do it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me perception.
Da, da, da. Here I come. I'm watching things, like watching everybody else eat.
Okay.
I do feel like someone would have, like, forced Nani to eat something.
Oh, yeah, no. Lafayette would genuinely force you to eat something if you
No,
actually
it's too late.
Don't you too late me, motherfucker!
I need you to understand the moment that the food was done. I like to imagine that we all worked together and like pried her mouth open and then just kind of dumped in a plate.
What are you doing?
And you'll like it.
No, I'm meditating. Let me go.
You already did that.
I'm doing it more. Unhand me. I'm not in the mood.
What exactly is your qualm with eating anyway?
It's my business. Respect my boundaries. My mouth boundaries.
Oh, like you did when you started sketching in your journal every time any of us said anything?
Look, we're saying some really easily manipulated into saucy material stuff.
How saucy is it? No, I'm more concerned about this now. Give that journal here.
No, don't look at it. Don't look at my high school alternate universe.
Breia, as much as wait a minute, what?
Exactly. We have to take it.
They're distracted. Oh, wait for the food.
Literally the moment that you start panicking about the journal shoved into your mouth.
It's so succulent.
You have to eat to live.
Just tears streaming down her face, like no.
We literally will not be able to keep all of this, and I've turned like 3/4 of that pig into salt pork.
That is amazing.
Then finish it.
Ah.
Well, anyway,
If you die from malnutrition while we're watching you, I will happily have someone bring you back and kill you myself. I am not failing based on that.
You know what? She has a fair point.
There are people starving on the island.
you were starving on the island. I was starving on the island. That is no excuse.
There are people starving here.
I wasn't starving. I was just making sure that other people didn't starve.
Insight
The fact
check.
that-
12.
Oh, she was starving herself like crazy just out of sheer concern for others. The reason why she fell asleep in that cave so much was because she kept starving herself.
The fact that other people are starving is not an excuse to kill yourself.
I'm going to kill myself. I've survived several days without
You're
food.
keeping yourself on the edge of death is not better than killing yourself. I mean, it is, but only very slightly. Difference is, and the moral difference is minimal at best.
Oh Lord.
I can't win. Fine. Tonight I will eat the delicious ham.
Oh no, you're eating tomorrow too.
Well,
My-
that's settled.
My mouth is too long. I can't stick my finger down my throat.
Oh God! Stop.
The
You
last
can't
thing
un-
you need is to develop an eating disorder.
It's legitimately worse to waste the food by having eaten it and then uneating it. That's literally worse. You understand how that's worse.
I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point to everybody that Nani is anorexic.
Yeah, I got that. That's what I'm upset about.
Fun fact, I was making private little constitution checks to see if I got exhausted from not eating.
Jesus Christ. Oh, this shall not stand.
Permission to metagame?
Hmm?
I am going to keep shoving food down her throat.
We already started doing that. I mean, we honestly got the anorexia bit out of you real quick. So like you're not getting away with it.
So, after being forced to eat,
So,
I've
I've
never burped before. Is that what's coming up? What do I do?
That's meant
so
to happen.
who's taking what? Which tent? I understand that my countenance might be upsetting to some of you, so please discuss amongst yourselves who's staying
I'll take
in the
tent with
me.
you.
She kind of blinks a few times. Are you certain?
Well, you were in the middle of putting yourself down, but yes, I'm pretty sure.
I had assumed that you found my look repulsive.
You've heard me talk. You know I'd say that if that's what I thought.
Well, yes, but I mean, you left in such a hurry the other day when we were in the room together.
Because you're not supposed to stand in rooms with naked people and continue talking to them. That's not normal around here.
Lafayette just kind of shrugs, like, why?
All right, Lafayette.
Maybe from my perspective, you're the weird one. Did you ever stop to think about that?
Maybe you should take off your clothes right now.
I'm scribbling again.
Going to sleep. Good night. And she's going to huff and slither into the tent.
I can't write on this page. It has bacon grease.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Breia Breia stops for a second and holds her head like she's gotten a headache from all the activity, and then she's gonna head into the tent with Mishpa.
Okay, so
Mr. Burns, was it you? Did you rat me out to everyone? It's okay. I still love you. I love you.
Oh, good.
And Nani, you do not see anything, but you do hear the quietness of the woods and the grasslands. You do hear the crickets chirping. You hear the rustling of bushes as animals are passing through. It's a very quiet night. And who takes...
This is really nice, actually. I've never felt so at one with genuine nature. Hello, little mosquito. I don't have any potassium for you.
Who takes second watch?
I'll take second watch.
Okay. Go ahead.
I technically don't need to sleep, so.
I wonder why that is. Anyway.
Elf?
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was gonna say, elf?
I mean, trancing still requires you to stay completely still.
Well, yeah, but
still with your eyes open, though.
Yeah, he's still conscious. Kinda, maybe.
You won't be! Alright.
So, go ahead.
But also, hey DM, what does that mean?
I forgot he was an elf.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah.
Is that all? Interesting.
Yeah, you phrase that really weird.
Mm.
How do I get to 22 perception?
Okay.
You realize that you're actually a vampire.
Yeah, right. Like I'd give him that much power.
It's happening again.
Like I'd give a player character that much power.
I beg your pardon.
What non-player character has that much power?
No, I think that I beg your pardon was directed directly from Gumi to Lilac, considering, Citadel, the Unseen Sun.
Well, yeah, that too. I was gonna say like you'd give a PC that much power. Oh, but when you have it.
Look, I wasn't a true vampire. I was a vampire spawn.
Who could go around in sunlight and...
Tomato.
Anyway. Well. Surprising, but okay. Thomas.
Yes.
you actually start to hear something a bit off. And you actually hear, let me take a look at the names again. Notes. There we go. You hear Zelda, kinda nudge you. Or you feel her nudge you and you hear her, I've sent someone.
I'm sorry?
There's someone here.
Where?
And you hear a small squeak, then a pause, and she points over to the tent where Mishpa and Breia are.
Oh, good.
Son of a bitch. Not again.
I guess I approach where the noise is coming from.
Okay. You don't see anything. But you do see... Well, you don't see anything outside the tent, but you do see a slight bit of movement inside.
Against my better judgment, I'm going to look inside the tent.
You see a shadowy figure holding a dagger above a sleeping Breia.
I am going to tackle it. I'm going to go to tackle it. What would I roll to tackle this motherfucker?
Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
18?
Yeah, you tackle them. And
Yeah,
you
I just go-
you wake Breia and Mishpa in the process.
Yeah, no, I literally just go, hey! And I just tackle this thing to the ground.
What in the hell? Oh my god!
What's going on?
So now that I have this thing on the ground, do I get a better look at what it is?
The face is covered by a black hood. And it is trying to squirm away from you.
Would I be able to take off the black hood?
Yeah, easily, since you have it grapple.
Alright. Hold still, you mother... And what do I see under the hood?
You see a navy blue tiefling with golden eyes and dark black hair, seeming to be in her late teens.
What in the world?
Who on earth are you?
Does she look familiar to me?
Nope. You've never seen this person in your life. And all this commotion wakes everyone else up.
Can I tell by the, angles of everything that this person was about to stab me specifically?
You do see a knife in her hand.
And then that is also followed up with Thomas saying, "Who are you? Why are you about to stab Breia?"
5 more minutes before the bear attack.
Oh, this...
She says nothing, but you see her hands twitch.
Lafayette kind of shoots out of the tent after waking up enough to realize something was amiss and kind of rushes towards Breia's tent.
Okay. Lafayette.
Yes.
You get to the tent, and seeing the tiefling girl, realization starts to dawn on you as you recognize her, and you hear in your head, Amelia? And that's where we're gonna end off.
Fuck you!
The son of a bitch.
Oh no!
I hate it every time. I hate it.
Stop doing cliffhangers!
No.
I knew it was
Lucky I don't
coming.
have a dagger. Thomas was ready to threaten a bitch.
Not cut a bitch, but threaten a bitch.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
What the fuck?
Hi.
Why are you like this?
So, Breia, are you willing to talk more about that weird special engagement that you have?
What?
I don't think that this is related.
What?
Yeah,
Did
I
I
think it's
mention
related-
something like that? And also, listen, I have no idea what this is about specifically.
Oh, so now other entities are getting in on the Kill Breia game.
Just kidding.
Yes,
We're gonna
please.
keep going. So,
Continue.
Right. Investigation.
yes, my players twisted my arm. Anyway,
The fuck we did. You offered.
so. Anyway. That happened.
Sure did.
For the first time since they have met, there is a look of just pure, genuine shock upon Lafayette's face. And Thomas is currently holding her down, or what is happening? I forget what exactly happened.
I believe
Yeah,
Thomas is holding her down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lafayette's going to rush forward and then pat rapidly at Thomas to basically unhand her, and she even is going to go to grab your hand to pull her away. Or to pull you away.
Do you know her?
Rapid nodding.
I'm going to slowly get off of her, I guess.
When you do that, Mishpa is going to protectively insert herself between Breia and this newcomer.
Breia looks
Yeah.
like she's attempting to form words and she just can't do it.
There's a very tense pause for a second before she begins to raise her hand up and sign. Secret? What are you doing here?
You hear in your head, which is very strange because she didn't have this sort of ability before. I didn't want you to get involved.
She's going to hard stare at her for a second, and then motion her to get closer for a second.
She gets closer.
And she's going to press a hand upon her cheek, the other hand on her skull necklace as it begins to emit a glow. And it coils around her arm and begins to surround her head, similar to what Mishpa had a little while ago. And then she hears the voice fill her head. Get involved with what? More importantly, what the hell has been happening since I've been gone?
Things have changed. I'm the only one left of us. Or at least I thought I was.
The only one?
Of our
What a-
group. Pitoran has disappeared. Stars has disappeared. We thought you were dead. I was the only one who returned.
She kind of looks down at the floor for a second, and then a look of almost fury begins to fill her eyes. That snake. Torin. He was the reason why.
He tried to
He
kill us
survived.
too.
You see claws begin to extend on her left arm, or left hand.
We had to run. We had to get away. I don't know what happened to Stars. I don't know if he...
That's not important right now. For one, I'm glad that you're safe and you're still well. What are you doing here? Like,
Tracking my
What?
target.
who's your target here?
She looks over to Breia.
Just to clarify, we hear none of this conversation, right?
Right now, no, you hear nothing. You see the
Okay.
expression and the reactions right now, but right now you hear nothing. The only hint that you have is from a skull.
The two of them are talking. The two of them are staring at each other really intently. I think that they're talking through their brains.
What's going on?
I think they're telepathically communicating. Quick, with me, Tomas. You play the tiefling girl. I'll play Lafayette. What? My ex, but I left you at the altar. What are you
Nani.
doing here?
Nani, are you actually following through with this? Very important. Are you
Say
following
yes.
through this in
Say
character?
yes. Say yes. Say yes.
How confident are you to follow through on the bit?
We should talk a little quietly, but she's fucking doing it.
I need, if you're attempting to talk quietly, please give me a stealth check.
This will be the most important stealth check you ever make.
I don't have inspiration anymore.
No, you don't. Oh my god!
I was mentally chanting Nat 1 the whole time.
The funniest thing.
Yeah, no, she is full on just saying this out loud.
Please give me a charisma check right quick. Just a general flat charisma.
Oh, it would have been so funny if that was in that one too.
Oh, it would have been bad if it was in that one. Okay. You're lucky you had that +1. You get a very hard and unsettling stare directly at you as you start that bit. And almost as if it's telling you to stop that right now.
Okay, I just woke up and I'm punchy, but alright, I'll stop. We're having a serious moment. Did somebody die? Did somebody almost die? So she's got a knife.
You see a dagger begin to gleam on her hip. Before she sheaths it upon silence. She will then turn her attention back to Secret. You're hunting Breia. For what purpose?
I was told that she was a liar. That she got someone... That she did some really bad things to people.
There is a small pause and slow head turn towards you, Breia.
What? What did... I mean, I know I almost just died, but, like, what... That's...
She'll turn back to Secret once more. Are you positive?
Into it. You taught me well.
I expected anything less.
All of her claims were legitimate. This isn't the only one that she's done this to.
What is it exactly that she has done?
Apparently, someone has been telling her to spread rumors, allegations about people. This one in particular was a student at the academy, Flame Wreath, that Breia's mother runs. Breia had planted some patch on her and got her kicked out. It ruined her life.
For clarification, the assumption that she is getting here is that Breia planted patch on her mother and got her kicked out of...
No. Breia planted patch on Secret's client.
Okay.
Who was a student.
At a school that Breia's mother runs.
Yep.
Okay. Who's the client? Who's the client?
One sec, it's in my notes. Teresa, a winter Eladrin. I was actually hired by her brother, Araxin.
I see. She will stand upright and release the hand that's upon her head there. And the skull begins to fade in terms of its glow. For she slowly turns towards Breia with a very questioning look.
What? What's that look?
She tilts one way, then another. Looks for help.
I am unwell.
Well.
So,
What is your history with some of your students back in your school?
Nani is going to translate to make up for annoying her.
Thank you.
I mean, Breia understands.
I appreciate the gesture, at least.
But yeah, I get that Nani's trying to get herself out of hot water, so I'm not gonna say anything. Breia actually does go to look at Nani's translation just to pretend that she needs it. In what way exactly? I mean, I always imagined it was pretty average. I may have been a bit testy for a few years, but why? This can't be as simple as that, can it?
She kind of thinks for a second. How familiar are you with Patch in particular?
I'm vaguely aware of what it is and what it does. Never personally tried it or been around it, but one hears things.
Have you been actively been hunted your entire life after the time that you've left school? Has someone been after you? Because one thing
No.
has been bothering me. Back at the dock, you should have been dead. Not a simple heal should have brought you back.
Well, you'll forgive me if I wasn't exactly aware for that bit. And none of you told me how grievous that injury was.
Didn't have to. At the time.
Well, I'd like to know now that you brought it up.
Lafayette kind of crosses her arms and ponders for a second. The information that I have gathered from this individual, whose name I will not disclose for privacy reasons, but I am affiliated with them, has provided me unsettling information that you've been painted a target on your back. You are wanted by people. You are hunted. And from what I heard, pretty fucked up crime.
A crime?
Do I get to know what I'm accused of?
She'll look at Secret for a second. And she'll make the hand motion of share the info or no.
She nods.
So remind me again, who was the client that set this up?
The client, the one who actually hired her, was named Araxin.
Araxin, okay. And who was the victim in this situation of receiving the patch? Was that revealed or no?
Yes, Teresa.
Does the name Teresa ring a bell?
Only very vaguely. I remember a student by that name got into some hot water for some manner of drug possession.
And do you know how that came to be? Do you have any idea how that happened, perchance?
How long ago was this?
This was
like-
back when you were still in the academy, so it's been about 5 or more years.
Well, that was quite some time ago. I was... Well, let's just say I was rather distant from the other students at the time. I mean, I have no idea. It's one of those things that I heard about after the fact. I'd only seen her in the hall once or twice.
I'm going to insight check you.
I'm sorry. Are they suggesting that you planted patch on somebody?
I think so.
Lafayette, I'll give you advantage because you actually do know the truth.
Okay. Not much different. My rolls have been abysmal today.
Okay, you believe her.
I mean, Breia hasn't rolled either deception or persuasion.
It's DM's call, so. There's a part of her that wants to believe that you're telling the truth. And right now it is. But she can't help but feeling something is amiss because usually Secret doesn't give false information like this. And in regard to the comment made earlier from Thomas, she will nod. And then sign out, that's the accusation being made right now.
Ray, is that true?
And then she will also sign out an additional thing. And what's this term about being the liar? Some form of title that you acquired.
I mean, that kind of beats me, honestly. It's the first I've heard myself referenced that way.
Inside check. Mrs. Mirror.
Whew, shit.
Oh dear. Is the comic relief going to bring to light the drama?
Comic relief is about to make a redemption arc for fucking Lafayette here in a second.
Guess who has the observant feat too?
Nani. Something is off.
Lafayette will kind of glance towards you, Nani, as she recognizes that kind of look.
Nani is staring hard at you, Breia. None of you have seen her look at anything like this. It's twisted. It's lifeless. She tilts her head at a very uncomfortable angle, staring directly into your eyes, Breia.
Oh, ow. That took the air out of me.
How to destroy the seriousness of a scene.
It is in a fucking second.
I didn't expect to get that big of a
What the
reaction.
hell is this?
Very interesting.
Oh, shit.
How you have already earned that epithet, liar. You have been called that before. I can see it. Tell me, Breia, what else that has been spoken here is true? Perhaps all of it?
Damn, this is fucked up. Can I just say?
It's a fucked situation to be in, that's for sure.
Nani,
Yes.
make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
Well, you feel something was trying to enter your mind just now, trying to influence your thoughts.
Oh, that's interesting. But here's a little surprise for whatever just attempted that. My mind is a steel palace. I might look insane, but I have a strong brain, and you will not influence it so easily.
Cue the thought bubble of the carton of milk falling over.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing!
Breia, would you like to illuminate us all on what the fuck just tried to crawl into my mind?
You are in a really bad spot because Lafayette is lasered onto you, hand on fucking hilt of the dagger. She is not happy.
Shit.
At this point, too, Mishpa, who has been standing very protectively in front of you out of caution, is sort of listening to all of this very confused and looks back at you because at this point, like, sure, she knows that you can be a little bit of a bit abrasive, a little bit snarky, but she has always viewed you as, at the very least, an honest individual, because she doesn't know any better. And you see this look of very hurt confusion on her face as she is waiting for an explanation as well. Don't make the snake lady cry.
Don't do it.
Don't. Wow. How dare you put that on me? That's honestly the most fucked up thing that's happened.
I've known there was more to you, Breia.
Have you?
Those wounds on your neck the other day. Those were fatal, and yet your heart still beated.
Beat. It's just beat.
Who or what are you?
Let's start here. Yes, I know what
It was an Eladrin, you said?
Yep.
Yes, I know what happened to your buddy's little Eladrin client. Now, as for any ripple effects that it might have had on her overall life, I don't claim to know that that was the intention. Secondly, perhaps I should be dead, but I'm not. I said something spoke in my head when I was a child, and it still speaks even now. It wants me alive for a reason, and I look forward to eventually knowing what that is.
So you're saying you don't even know what this thing keeping you alive and yet putting you on the precipice of death is?
Hasn't been to the precipice of death before now.
Inside.
Oops.
Erps.
She's on to me.
Lafayette eases back slightly, hand off of dagger. Does still stare before she signs out. Has this voice graced you with any aim, anything to bless you with, and any reason for you to follow it to begin with?
I mean, you did say that it summoned you the other day.
Or something like it. Honestly, I've gotten so used to it that It was a different voice this time. I was lured into a trap, and I understand that now. Unless something absolutely dreadful has happened to...
What was the Eladrin's name? Sorry.
Araxis?
No.
Araxin is the one who hired Secret. Teresa is the one who you hurt.
Unless something absolutely awful has happened to my dear friend Teresa, I can't imagine why it would be worth murdering me over.
Lafayette will glance over towards Secret.
You hear in your head, Lafayette, because she is not the only one that Breia has hurt. I have looked into everything. Bartenders, librarians, those in the
Oh, fuck,
Scholars
they
Guild,
unionized.
those in the Scholars Guild, professors at the Academy, no one has been safe from her. And a lot of these people she would pretend to be friends with.
Oh, fuck.
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Gotta go roll up a new character.
Oh,
gotta
you're
leave.
so
I need to get-
fucking lucky.
Whoa.
You see, you all can assume they can communicate telepathically. And you all see, as Lafayette focuses on secrets, or the individual whose name has not been revealed yet, her fur begins to bristle more and more before the gaze locks onto you. And for a second, you swear she was about to lunge out at you. And Lafayette just takes a deep breath.
Good
So
shit.
you've hurt more than just that one, but so many others. This isn't the first time you've done something like this either. For what purpose or benefit do you get from doing this?
Lafayette,
Yes,
make me a wisdom saving throw.
I just did.
Make another. You
Less
feel,
lucky. Oof.
You feel something enter your mind, and you begin to calm. And things start to become a bit muddled. And suddenly, Breia doesn't seem all that bad of a person. Surely this is all just a big misunderstanding. Besides, she would never do anything to try to hurt anyone. At least not on purpose.
See,
Does Nani see?
the fucking Lafayette does visibly slowly relax in an almost unnatural way. You might be spared for me. I don't know about everybody else.
Nani is gonna smack Lafayette. Snap out of it! It's gotten in your head!
Does that help at all?
Or is she just eager to get on the shit list again?
Your rage would not subside so easily. It has gotten into your brain.
Do I feel like something is amiss upon hearing that at all?
Make another wisdom save.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Upon feeling that sensation fade after the slap, Breia, Lafayette's lunging at you.
I would like to move to intercept.
I would like to as well. I'd like to hold back Lafayette if Mishpa is just blocking Breia.
Yeah. Mishpa is fully putting herself between Breia and the rest of the crew. A very confused look of concern on her face.
Lafayette will
Breia
actively
And Thomas holds Lafayette back, going, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!"
Breia speaks, but not to any of you. She seems to just shout into thin air. Oh, some good you are.
Excuse me? And you all hear this loud, booming voice come from Breia, somewhat, but it's not her.
Breia, was that you?
All of this time, all of this work, and for what exactly? To hold on to some feeble pretense of power?
Lafayette is actively resisting you at this point, Thomas.
Lafayette, please.
Power that I gave you. You will do well to remember that, my dear. We had a deal.
And yet you can't think of a way out of a simple situation.
I did not expect you to be this incompetent in keeping yourself out of harm's way.
And I would expect you to be more perceptive about someone coming to kill me. None of this would have happened if I had any information to go on.
Well, are you saying that you're done with this? Are you saying you want to go back to little old Breia, who has no sense of magic, who is the weak link of her family? Do you want to end up like him? Because that is the fast track of what you're doing, my dear.
Are we all still hearing this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's the reason why she actively resisted. The second, she heard that shit happening, that's why she's resisting so hard.
And, Breia, you get stabbed in the side by Nani.
I got that.
I got her!
I rolled a 19 on stealth.
God damn it!
Breia
Literally just,
Breia's
got
already
him.
not doing well, and she just falls to her knees.
Nani, what the
And-
fuck?
Breia looks at you, Thomas.
Me?
Before you use the word useless, I said incompetent. Different words, different meaning.
And, tears are in her eyes.
Mishpa is going to push Nani away and sort of lower herself down towards Breia's level and just place her hands on Breia's shoulders. Breia.
I will ask once more, my dear. Are you saying that you want to break it off? Because I will not hesitate.
Breia seems to be, attempting to pull herself together. Mishpa, whatever you were gonna say, you should probably say it.
Yep, go ahead.
Breia, please. I just want to understand. I want to help. But I can't if I don't know what's happening.
I have nothing of my own. So many standards to meet and no way to meet them.
You have us.
Thomas, you feel a very sudden sharp sting in your arm as Lafayette stabs you to break free, and then rushes forward to Breia, holding her necklace, and then reaches out a hand to grab her forehead.
And Breia, you hear your patron give a sharp, no, not you! Oh, this'll be great, Inthis! Did you miss me?
What? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, shit. My guy. He's back.
Hello.
He
I
ascended
harbor
to
this
godhood. He ascended to godhood? Fuck.
Inthis, goddess of misinformation and lies, a snake-like woman with a serpentine body from her hips downward and stretches for a near mile, with inky black hair and piercing reptilian yellow eyes. She goes around the world whispering gossip and lies to the common folk, and is a major thorn in Kadun's side. Don't know who this Parliament is, though.
That's my boy from the very first campaign.
Go ahead, Amara, take it away.
In most cases, this would be a you thing.
I know.
Because of the situation at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, this is very much a deploy the boy moment. Alright, hold on.
Yep.
So, claimed another individual for your own, huh? With your honeyed words and delicious lies?
Everything was going just fine, Parliament.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm absolutely sure it's been going swimmingly for those that you deceive consistently on a yearly basis. After all, that's kind of your whole thing.
What?
A shame, though.
What do you want?
Simple. I want this one.
What?
I know not the history of this one, but this one is quite fascinating. Though do tell, little one. Do you desire to suffer under the lineage of this one, forced to obey, and do horrible things? Or do you actually want to be someone, and not another speck in the dust?
I think Breia both speaks aloud and reaches to the part of her mind that she usually reaches to speak to Enthis. No.
Hmm?
I think she's done all she can for me, which, as it turns out, wasn't much.
Oh, far from it. Far from it.
I see how it is. And, you'll see from Breia's forehead comes the woman herself, Inthis, as she towers over all of you, and her snake-like tail coils around Breia's left arm. In that case, you don't deserve my help. You don't deserve my blessing. You don't deserve my magic. And with that, she rips your arm off.
Nani's gonna stab the god.
What? Peak Tonberry energy. Incredible.
I am immediately going in for a bite.
Okay.
Oh, whoops!
So we're trying to fight a god now.
She ripped off my friend's arm. I'm gonna try to bite him.
It's a god.
There's a lot of god here. Does that hit?
There's a lot of god here.
It's a 12.
I mean, does it hit? Yes. Does it actually do something? Probably not.
Nani points at her and she goes, "It's a god!"
Oh, God, it's the shillelagh all over again.
Stab, 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 stab.
Does a 34 hit?
No. I mean, who's she aiming for?
Oh?
Both of you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, kinda.
If you reverse
knock
my
you both unconscious
13,
right now.
it's 31. So that
And it
means, yes,
still
it does
hits.
hit.
If you flip the number upside down, it still doesn't do anything.
Oh, fuck!
And this is
Damn.
why I was questioning why you wanted to fight God.
I was gonna say, the fuck are you guys doing? But Breia's not exactly in talking conditions, so she can't.
But before the damage can be applied,
Then why did you fucking roll it?
To make you see what you've done.
To show that y'all fucked up.
Yeah, you poke the bear.
I
Do you
regret
understand
nothing,
what you've
honestly.
done?
As you shouldn't.
Plus 40.
Jesus. D20 is fucking insane.
As you see the swings come down towards you, suddenly shadow spikes shoot through and intercept the blow before it hits. Now, you should know better than anyone else that we can't interfere with these mortals. Truly, you really are incompetent, aren't you?
says the one who was orchestrating this one behind the scenes. And she gestures to Lafayette.
So, I do it better.
I'm built different.
I fucking love
From idea?
There's a difference between
no-
providing guidance and literally ripping people's arms off, you psycho bitch.
True. Unlike you, I have restraint. The desire for power, once a very appealing thing, and once achieved, kind of loses its luster after a while. It's fun to watch these mortals do their thing, to see how they bloom and change throughout their lifespan without the influence of us. Yet you decided to influence this one in particular's mind in a fucked up way. Which I get, hey, you're evil. You're a bitch. I get it. But like, come on, really?
No, I asked for it, to be fair.
Oh, well, you're just as stupid as she is, then.
I know.
If this wasn't such a dangerous outcome, I would be writing so much shit down right now.
So, like, can we get the arm back?
Most likely not.
Fine then. She turns to Breia. Have fun being the weak link I found you as. And with that, she
Bitch literally
disappears.
just said, have fun staying poor.
And
For good
she
for good measure,
Hold on. Go ahead.
for good measure, Perlman, like as she's about to leave, like shoots like a shadow spike out to kind of wrap around her and just yank her, or just like essentially slam her into the ground, to basically return her back where she belongs.
I do think before that, Breia does look at Enthys and just kind of mumbles in her direction. I don't think I ever stopped being. And then she passes out.
Well, I better cauterize that. Here comes the cure wounds.
I was going to use
Really
tourniquet,
glad
but I
we let
forgot
you
you had that.
meditate
Yes,
for this
that'd be
spell.
nice.
Yeah, surprise. I'm a healer. I also light things on fire.
And with
They're one and
that,
the same.
and with
Part of
that,
me was expecting you to burn the wound.
with that, Breia, you are no longer your class.
Yay, I have nothing.
Yep,
Congratulations, you have been downgraded to a commoner.
If
Yep.
we get into combat, I'll just die because I can't do anything.
You can still hit things with a stick.
My dominant arm is gone. I can do offhand swings.
It'll be a very light stick.
This is the perfect time to take up artificing.
I will dish this out.
Mm-hmm.
Breia, in your unconscious form, you're unable to really respond or to really think properly. But there is a thought that still retains in your mind despite this current predicament. Change your ways, little one. Lest you decide to end up worthless after all. There are much better paths to take.
On the next episode, we find Breia no sugar daddy.
And that
Nice,
is
nice.
where we will end tonight's session.
Go away, man.
God damn.
Go away.
Honestly, that's a much cleaner ending.
I have not gotten to fucking play that boy in so goddamn long. Fuck, did it feel good?
When did
Oh,
that
shit.
campaign end?